Let's talk about some of the Premier League action this afternoon. We're going to start at the GTEC Stadium, which will continue the theme of entertainment so far this season. Brentford beating Leicester City, who did score first through Buonanotte, by 4-1. Clinton, before we talk about what Ruud van Nistelrooy may have learnt this afternoon, let's talk about Brentford. Why at home? Why the GTEC? We know about the entertainment. But in terms of their form, in terms of the points they're picking up, they are imperious. Why are they so hard to take down at home? Leave them alone, Merce.
No, he's all right. I like when he does that. He brings the best out of me. But no, they always start on the front foot, and they did that today. Even though they went a goal down through Buonanotte, they're very good. They've got great attacking players in there. They brought in Schade today, and it works brilliantly. It works brilliantly from Thomas Frank. He goes and scores a hat-trick. So his decision-making that he makes is fantastic. He sacrifices a midfielder, Yano, and plays an extra attacking players. And they just go for it. Their fans suck the ball into the back of the net. They have quality, as I said, in Buemo. I think Wissa through the middle has been outstanding. He scored a lot of goals, and it was a complete performance. The only downside was Jensen picking up an injury, but I thought they look a bad one. It did. He looked like he pulled his hamstring. Yano's been playing a lot this season, but they rested him, put him on the bench. He came on, replaced him. He was a good fit. Him and Norgard in midfield. I tell you, it was really impressive. Keane Lewis Potter. I've never seen him play left back. I thought he was outstanding, even covering when crosses...
Did he look largely comfortable?
Yeah, when crosses were coming in back post. He's not the biggest, but he was competing. His positional play was really good. And you usually see him higher up the pitch, but Brentford looked the real deal. That is why they're 7th in the Premier League at the moment. They're getting results. If their away form could improve, they could start climbing.
But that's the thing. They got their first point away from home against Everton a week ago. They travelled to Aston Villa on Wednesday night in the Premier League. We've got midweek games coming up in the Premier League. If they can sort out that away form and start picking up points like we saw a week ago on the road, what's possible for the Bees this season? Because, as you say, up into 7th.
To finish in the top 10. That's possible. I know what you're trying to get at, maybe
no.
into Europe.
No, they're in the title race.
I think that would be a yard too ahead for them at the moment. That's it. That's my opinion. They are a fantastic team, and they do look good at home. They have to improve that away form. If they do start improving that away form, you never know. There's always a team that might make it, but I think they'll finish in the top 10. Yes,
why have they got the best home record and the worst away record? How can it be that extreme?
That's what I'm saying. So is it the way they start matches? Because I think at home they're always on the front foot. Away from home,
but they do go down. They do fall behind away from at home. They've fallen behind a few times.
They have, but they have that bounce back ability. I think it's home with the fans. They get the fans pushing them. Because when I see Sue watching the game the other day against Everton, they didn't start well away from home, and that's no disrespect to a team Everton that was struggling. And then all of it. So Everton do start on the front foot. So yeah, you can ask Fry me all the questions.
He must be pulling his hair out, though. He must be.
And he's got plenty to pull out. It's like I was saying, if you could sort out the conundrum, what a season they might have.
It's extraordinary, isn't it? Like, you can be that good at home and that poor away. I mean, it's not even in between.
They're not in between, but you know what? He's a fantastic manager. I knew you were going to keep asking me questions, but I was
I'm interested.
No, but he's a brilliant manager.
Now, I would be thinking, how can I turn this around? Because if they do turn it around...
You never know.
Wow.
22 goals at home, only 4 away. And we wondered about Ivan Toney and the whole he'd leave. I mean, with Whistler, the form he's in, and Burmo as well. I mean, I never thought I'd say this, but at the moment, they're not missing him.
No, they're not missing him, to be fair. They would have liked to have had him still, but they're not missing him. I think Visas took his game to a whole different level. And Buemo, I always think, can go to a different level as well. I think he's a fantastic footballer, but he's getting the best out of these players. The one thing they work ever so hard on the training ground. So, outstanding, and full credit must go to Thomas Frank.
I wonder what Ruud van Nistelrooy was thinking watching on. Takes the job last night, watching brief today. Ben Dawson is one game in charge, and next is West Ham at home on Tuesday. Listen, I think he came into this job with his eyes wide open. He knows it's a big job in terms of keeping Leicester in the Premier League. Will he be just a little bit alarmed by what he's seen today, or at times encouraged, Clinton? Well,
he'd be encouraged by the start. I think the start they made was very good. Obviously, Buonanotte and down to Jamie Vardy causing Pinnock a lot of problems, but after that, they were kind of non-existent. Only in the second half, the 15, 20 minutes, they had a spell where they created a few chances and Brentford defended ever so well. But, yeah, it's hard work. It's going to be a hard work for Ruud van Nistelrooy. I was probably surprised he was at the ground and not taking the game, because I thought, go and take the game. If you're there at the ground, why not take the game or have an influence on it? I know you could only say it's been a day, but still you're there. So, obviously, you're going to watch it. But you're right, big game in midweek against West Ham. He ain't got a lot of time to prepare on the training pitch, but it's a huge job for Ruud van Nistelrooy.
And one thing Ruud van Nistelrooy will need to sort out is their defence, particularly away from home. That's now 18 goals conceded on the road. That is by far and away the worst record in the Premier League so far. And I just wonder, Clinton, in terms of Ruud van Nistelrooy preparing for that game against West Ham on Tuesday, where he's heading straight from West London to East London to see West Ham at home to Arsenal in a few minutes' time. If he's wise, he would be, surely.
I'd have to throw Merce that one. Merce asked me that as a good point for me. He should probably have been at West Ham watching the team that he's going to be.
But he can do both, surely.
He can do that if he can get on the bike that Boydie gets when he goes home. So, one of those sort of bikes. He could borrow Boydie's bike. But he should be watching it. I think, actually, he should be going to watch West Ham.
I'd watch it on Sky,
but... yeah, but I think live you can see different angles and pictures. You don't get all the angles. Even though it is brilliant to watch it on Sky.
It needs more than angles.
You need that. And it's going to be a hard game. It is going to be a hard game.
It's all right. You don't need to do all the talking.
No, let me speak.
You'll be working tomorrow. You'll be in tomorrow. It's all right. It's fine. You've been, probably.
Here we go.
It's all right.
You know what it's like.
Just the vision of Boydie heading all the way back north on a taxi bike is quite something. Right, we got to take a break.
I feel sorry for those tyres.